Kia ora, world. Hello, beautiful souls. Madeline Lynn here from Ride Your Stigma. If you are joining us, say kia ora, say hello. Let me know where you are coming in from around the world. I would love to know how you are. I'm just going to share the live, if it will let me. And then we will dive into a little bit of a conversation of channeling, processing, shifts, reflection, observation that has been going on at the moment. If you are new here, welcome, welcome. I am an intuitive healer and life purpose activator, a mindset mentor, expressive emotive dance coach, herpes support person. If you are familiar in this space, lots of love and lovely to have you back here with me. Just sharing the live, but if you're joining us, say kia ora, say hello. We'd love to know that you are here. Just going to check that it is all shared with my beautiful slow computer. It loves to slow me down. So if you're joining us, say kia ora, say hello. Kia ora, Christina. Hi, beautiful. How are you today? Share with me, share with me. Whereabouts in New Zealand or the world are you today? Just going to refresh my page. Thank you for your patience. Team and family. I'm going to talk a little bit into diversity and some shifts and realizations that I personally have been having that I definitely feel can teach, learn and open conversations in our own mind and our own spirituality of ourself and our realizations within our own self and external from us as well. What did I name it? Diversity of humans, parts and souls. I've just been noticing a lot. There's been a lot of, I suppose, shifts and I was going to say notifications like social media, but notifications in my life, in my reality, in my day-to-day life, when dealing with people, when communicating with people, coming in contact with people, working with people, having confrontation with people in life, in society, in our workspaces, our romantic relationships, our friendships, our family ships, or what we used to think they were, and then they've become not. Christina shares, not wow, mental health is bad. I'm joining in from Hamilton today. Just want to take a deep breath with you today, Christina. And maybe you're needing to just take those deep breaths. I have those moments. And then there's a voice telling me, and maybe I don't as well. Maybe I'm angry. Maybe I'm frustrated. Maybe I've got uproar coming up inside me. Frustration, rage, all the different emotions. But I just want to send you so much love, beautiful. So much praise, actually, for even sharing that. Not well, mental health is really bad today. Like, that shit, like a lot of people, one, we don't say it because we're conditioned not to so much, and there's imprinting in us that, oh, it's negative, or I'm negative, or I'm complaining, or poor victim, poor me, or that person's always down or depressed, or this and that, or whatever. And we can really start to hide that, or we don't want to be a burden to others. We don't want to be that drama queen, or we fear going back to different parts of our old self. We fear sometimes of going back to parts of our old self, or different versions of ourselves, or shadows, and going back into those where we didn't want to go. We don't want to go again. My words are... And then all the emotions get really erratic within us as well. So just holding you today, Christina, and just sending you so much love, and so much acceptance and lots of gentleness today. It's almost like just gentle, and it's okay whatever you need today. I know where that's coming from, but it just feels like that's calling to be shared with you today. So maybe that resonates with you somewhere and somehow. So where was I with diversity of humans and parts and souls? And different walks of life and interactions in life. Christina says, thank you. You're so welcome, beautiful. You're so welcome. Just feeling like breaths. And it can be so damn fucking hard. Coming back to it, there must be a message there today for you, because I'm coming back to breath, coming back to breath, coming back to breath work. Not breath work, the modality as such that many of us know of, but breath work of just consciously like focusing on, okay, I'm going to just focus on my breathing. Breathing in my nose, breathing out my mouth, opening my lips or making sound, or just taking time to slow down. I'm quite high channel today, but I can't imagine that you are maybe in the same space as me or mood or vibration today. So you may be a lot slower than me, but it's like taking those conscious moments to breathe, and sometimes just taking breath can be the hardest motherfucking thing out. Like, easy enough for me to say it, but I had a really rough week last week, and I had some very down, even 2 days. One day I just slept the whole day, and I was in a very depressive mood. I was very, very low. Even had some of that hyperventilating kind of panic crying that we do sometimes, and I knew it needed to come out of me, but I needed to remind myself to take deep breaths and really consciously try and work on that and really keep coming back to it when I was coming into that panic state or that overwhelmed state. So diversity of humans, parts and souls. I've just tried to dip into that twice and then we're all over the place. So bear with me, but there's always messages and golden bits within when we just channel and we speak and we allow it to just, it feels chaotic sometimes because we jump all over the place with sharing our thoughts and what comes through our soul and our mind. But there is messages in each little snippet, and it is divine that's what needs to come out of us at that time. Every being, every creation, every soul, every person shares differently. And some of us don't share, or we hide it away, or we push it down because we've learnt that from our external, from our childhood experiences, from whatever we've been exposed to in this lifetime or others. But for me, I have practiced and learnt to strengthen that muscle of trusting my chaos, that my chaos is creation. And I do jump all over the place. Like right now, I'm not even sharing about the topic that I really wanted to come and share about today. But this is potent to know that learning to strengthen that muscle of being okay with who you are and getting past the being okay and getting to an acceptance and then getting to I embrace who I am. I embrace that. Creative chaos is how I share in the world, how I learn, how I heal myself, how I share with others and become a ripple effect for them to learn to find their own strengths, for them to learn from witnessing me as a human into witnessing themselves and discovering the different parts, the shadows, the ups and downs, the times when we realize actually this is not for me. I don't want to do that, but I did that because that's what I thought I was meant to do to be accepted or to be okay or to survive. And then learning how to break away and strengthen that, to break away into what really you are aligned to. And maybe it's not that simple. Maybe you come away and you think you're finding alignment and then boom, you're like, well, that's not the thing I'm meant to be doing in life. That's not my life purpose. And then you need to redirect over and over and over. And it's like an adventure, sometimes a nightmare, but also an adventure on parts of a nightmare or those ebbs and flows of like a storm, and then those sunny days when you think, fuck, I found a passion, I found a purpose, I found such beauty within my heart, my soul, and my life, and then bang, something will happen and then it will really change or put us off or put us out, and then we'll go, oh, am I really meant to be doing this? Am I even meant to be doing this? I've had that many of times in my business and my work and who I am and learning who I am and my soul aligned purpose and learning how I am in this work and then my day job and then the different parts and pieces of myself, my playful childhood self, my inner child, and then my very, very serious like CEO, like organized masculine woman that I am. And then the next minute I feel like I'm just in my inner child and I need to play and be cheeky and stupid and annoying, and that's who I am. We flow and we flow and we flow. We flow. So relationships with people. So I suppose it is people that I'm referring to today. So diversity of humans, parts and souls is what we kind of, or what I came to feel to share about today. But really it's about those connections within different relationships, whether they are long-term ones, whether they are big relationships, big to our heart, that are very, very important to us, family, friends, partners, people that are close to our heart, people that are close to our soul, that mean so much to us, those relationships. Also the people that we just pass in the supermarket, or the people we have road rage with in the middle of the road, or the people we see when we go for a walk outside, or we bump into at the doctor's room, etc. All of the people in our world, there's so much diversity, and you might be going, oh, you're right, Maddie, of course, you're saying stuff we already know, like of course there's diversity in the world and so many people, there's such a range of different people, but today I feel like shining light on it is really, 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 really important. Today I had a couple of situations where I had a phone call from a specific person in a situation, and they just were attacking me down the phone, just angry, frustrated, really, really like attached to definitely not finding a solution. I was trying to give them problem solving, I was giving them solutions, etc., and helping guide them through and giving them options, and all I was getting was attack. I could feel their pain body down the phone. I could feel their attack, that they were over talking me as well, and I tried to pull them back down and was like, hey, like I'm trying to give you an answer to your question and to support you, and just getting pain layer and pain layer over the top. And I got triggered for a moment in that phone call, and I even started to raise my voice a little bit, and I was like, hey, but you're over talking me, kind of like this, like, but you're over talking me, you've asked me a question and I'm trying to support you. And I raised my voice and I noticed myself trigger, and really choosing to bring that awareness. I was like, oh, Manny, you're triggering. You're triggering. What's going on here for you? Okay, this person's over talking you, but can you consider that obviously, clearly there's some other pain body pieces within her at this time that is going on for her that she's not conscious of, or that she's not sure how to deal with. So it's just pouring. Anyway, this situation, this conversation, the relationship that was going on there, that was like this today, it then just dissolved because I just realized I was not going to be able to help this person. I was not going to be able to problem solve for them. They weren't willing and they weren't there. They were frustrated. They were obviously stressed, and it wasn't working for them today. We really needed to step away from the situation. So I kind of just dissolved the conversation and we ended up saying goodbye. And about 15 minutes later, I had another phone call from another person on the end of the phone. And they were incredible. They were super, super, super excited about like the minor things in life. Like they had asked me a few questions. I was giving them information. And then he, even on the phone, was like, oh my God, that's amazing. I've never seen that before. That's so fantastic. Yeah, of course, I'm going to come and do that. Thank you so much for recommending it. And his whole energy shifted, and it just showed me those polarities. It just showed me the diversity between two people within, like 10 minutes, 15 minutes, how much it can shift our energy space, how much we merge into each other, how much we can hold on to something and get so triggered. Even though both of those people I don't know from a bar of a soap, I had my first interaction with them today on the phone. I didn't even see their face. I didn't even know their name. But it just shows the diversity of different people, and that's only two. We could talk about it all day, about the diversity of different people's upbringings, different people's reactions and triggers, different people's coping skills. the different ways that we feel and we express our emotions, the different ways that we turn up as a person, the ways that we communicate, the language we use, the body language, the expression, the choice of words. I can't remember where it was, but I was watching something, or maybe it was a podcast actually, Human Design podcast the other day, and listening about like words, about the labels and words we use, and talking about our vocabulary and how there is definitely not enough words to describe some of our emotions and some of our things that we want to describe in life, our emotions and our feelings, etc. Like really, and then it really triggered something in me and I went, whoa. It's like, yeah, there's definitely some emotions that I feel in life, but I don't know how to describe them, not in words. I can describe them by looking at someone that I know, that they, by their eye contact or by their energy and their aura connection, by their intertwining with me, by just connecting, that they have felt something similar to what I am feeling in that moment. And you'll know what I'm meaning if you've witnessed that. Some of you may not, if you do not practice daily spirituality, or you're just new to it or just learning about it. But there has been some times intuitively that people can just sense, they just know that feeling, or they can feel it, but there's no words to actually describe it. There's not. So I suppose today the messages are around diversity and I've had to, in my gym management job lately, try and ground myself back into myself and remind myself that we all start at square one. That's my biggest learning for my personal self at the moment. So I'm not sure what's your biggest learnings for this week or this month. Feel free to share them in the comments, whether you're live or on the replay. I would love to hear, because that reflection of realizing, oh, I'm catching myself, and this is what's coming up for me and my biggest learnings at the moment, because then it shows us looking back at where we've been and where we are now and where we're going, how far we kind of come. Like, I think about some of my triggers and some of my impatience of perfection. I have, or had, partially have maybe, a very perfectionist trait in me somewhere, or a piece or part of me. I have learned to build a relationship with that part of me, but I am very, very, very hard on myself. I can have that perfectionist trait because I want things to be good. I want them to be quality. I want them to be beautiful. And it's just built into me. I do feel like I got some of that from my father. My father is a busybody, always has been. Go, 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 do this, finish this, do this, all the time. And I feel like I picked some of that up from my generational and some of that up from my own self. Some of that from my masculine independence and protection of myself as well. And then my soul just asked me to stop in the middle of that, and it's like, and breathe, Maddie. I'm going to pull some cards today, beautifuls. If you were joining us live and you would like a message today, feel free to pop a yes please into the comments. I'm going to pull a couple for a collective today. We'll start with that. We have a few beautiful things coming up for Ride Your Stigma in the next little while. We have a beautiful announcement in the next week or so about something very juicy and very exciting that I have not offered before for us New Zealand crew. We have a special psychic reading for the month of May, just for Saturdays, so a big discounted price, $29 for a 30-minute psychic reading on a video call, so face-to-face over your phone. 30 minutes, $29, normally priced at $77, so a beautiful special there for the month of May. So go and check that out as well. I'll drop the link below. And my Soul Healing Starter Package, which is absolutely phenomenal. That's the word. If you are either wanting to reconnect with your spirituality again, dig a bit deeper, inner child, shadow work, coming into your intuition, learning how to trust your intuition more, connect to your guides, your spirits, your angels, go through grief cycles, go through some wound healing if needed, if necessary. So my soul healing starter package, the doors are closing, 9 days to go. It is an absolutely potent package, and especially if you are just starting out on your spiritual journey and you're trying to discover what your spirituality is for you, how to tune into it, how to understand it, and how to dive into it in a safe space where you are supported and held, because they hold you all the way through it. And it comes with a beautiful ebook of simple breakdown of instructions and understanding each of the modalities that we use within that space. So I will pop that link in the comments as well if you want to check that out, because the doors close in 9 days for that one as well. Okay, what message do we have today, beautifuls? Fear. Beer by river. All I can picture right now is like if beer is calling you today, it's like, beer, don't drink beer. That's what I'm hearing. No, it's not about drinking beer. It's about the animal bear, and all I can see is a bear lying on its back, floating with its big belly down a river. It's almost like, how can you be like that big bear floating down that river today? For now, can you come back to the present moment? I'm getting heaps of present moment, relaxation. Can you actually lay back? Can you lay back and let it all just... Can you lay back and... I'm getting breath out, breath out, breath out. Can you just lay back, actually lay back and receive for once. Lay back and no thinking. Lay back and present moment. Lay back, lay back, lay back. It's okay to lay back. Lay back, relax. And I don't even know if relax is the thing, just lay back. Just lay back, and it's okay to do nothing if you feel like doing nothing. Because the sunshine has you, the light has you, your divine and your universe has you. Your breath has you, the love has you. Your soul guides, they have you. Your soul tribe, they have you. You're held, you're held, you're held. I trust in my sacred boundaries. Beer. Fiercely protective and finely attuned to the subtle seasonal shifts that cue the call toward hibernation. Beer brings teachings of awareness, preparation, and discernment, with a watchful eye over their offspring. Beer is well known for being uncompromising in their vigilance and always conscious of their resources. This animal ally works with a nose in the ear to sniff out the shifting winds, knowing when it's time to play, plan, or prioritize rest. As a classic character of hibernation, Beer guides you with intentionality, to take stock of your needs, asking you to question what you require to fortify the boundaries that serve you best. Now is the time to assess where your time, energy, and resources are best directed. A journal prompt. What needs to be taken care of so I can feel safe to rest and replenish myself? What needs to be taken care of so I can feel safe to rest and replenish myself? I'm going to pull one more collective card before we get off today, beautifuls. Very potent. What just jumped out for us? Screaming for us. Animals today. Woof. Woof. 38. I'm getting like this is almost polar opposite to the bear message. But it's almost like, regardless if they sound or feel contradicting to you, the bear message we just had and now the wolf, and you're like, well, how? Wolf, bear is like lay back, like rest, know when and how to rest, what do you need to do to be able to rest and nourish. And then wolf, all I can feel is like howling, like oh, like fiery howling. Uncertainty. Certainty, is that even the word? Certainty, like kind of warrior energy, like don't touch me, don't fuck with me. I'm moving, I'm going, this is what I'm doing, move out of my way. I know my path and I'm on it, and let's go. That's kind of the energy I'm feeling from this wolf card today. So you might be going, well, how did they go together, Maddie? And there's either two pathways, which is so interesting. It's almost like bear now, wolf soon. Once you have given your giving yourself space and time to be in bear energy, then moving on to wolf energy, you will be so replenished that you can go into that fiery, certain, so sure, so aligned. So aligned. Nothing can touch you on your path or your alignment. Otherwise, there is another pathway that's almost like, no, I'm not feeling that one, I'm feeling this one. So you trust that if it's bear or wolf. Let's read from the book. Wolf. I know who I can trust. As a pack animal, wolf is wise Wolf is wise to where they belong in the scheme of things. Deeply dialed into the hierarchical dynamics at play. They know the value of being acutely attuned to the guidance of inner intuition. Wolf is here to whisper, a reminder to look to your instincts. As the leader of your life, you are being called upon to trust your intuition, while cultural narratives may try to tame you. The energy of wolf calls forward your animalistic instincts, your sixth sense, and inner knowing. Following these cues will guide you through life's cycles in ways that feel more in flow. Take note at this time of the ways you're relating with others, and whether you have been trying to pull away as a lone wolf when your pack would be so happy to help you. That lands. Allow yourself to be bolstered up by others so you can further tap into the innate impulses that wish to support your body's natural cycles and rhythms from within. A journal prompt. Am I following my gut instinct when it comes time to make decisions? Am I following my gut instinct when it comes time to make decisions? Huge. Beautiful. So if you would like to get in on my Soul Healing Starter Package Beautifuls, we're closing in 9 days. Check in the comments. I will pop the link in there. We've also got our psychic reading special for the month of May, so check that out as well if you are feeling called and alive to connect, step into your intuition more, guide yourself through your alignment, through your truth, through your heart. I love you all dearly. Thank you for joining me live or on the replay. I will see you next time. Have a beautiful sleep, or if it's the morning where you are, have a beautiful day.